Get into more of why the museum is here, the purpose of it, and we're going to take you through more decades. We're heading to the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and on.
Hey, Timmy.
Vacuum cleaner knowledge.
Tim, next time we talk to you, my grandmother always talked about an Electrolux. That's your mission. Find me an Electrolux next time, okay?
I'll work on it.
Okay.
I'll work on it.
He's got his assignment. Thank you, Tim.
That's interesting stuff. How
So you
about
go to
that?
St. James to the Vacuum Cleaner Museum, hit the winery. It's a twofer.
Hey, Randy, I not only found your Electrolux, here it is right here. Look at that.
Looks like my
Not only is
grandmother's.
it your mom. Yeah, it's not just your. I also found your grandmother's family photo. Look on the cover. And is
Stylish
that, and is that
dress.
Randy? Where is the picture? Randy trying to vacuum the cat? Come on.
That's me.
Can't do
Sure.
that. But it did empty itself. Show me how that works. Tom.
Absolutely. Electrolux's main claim to fame was the fact that the bag inside the machine
Bam!
could be shot out the vacuum cleaner when it was full.
You
It had
gotta
an
love it.
ejector lever on the inside.
More vacuum cleaner knowledge and history for you coming up right here on Fox 2 News in the morning. Hey
It's like
guys,
tennis.
I'm at the Vacuum Cleaner Museum where we're playing Kick the Condi. This is called the Constellation. And Tom, this is a game you played as a kid. It floats on the surface and you kick it back and forth.
Absolutely. The exhaust air comes out the bottom. It hovers on the carpet.
Look at that.
And
We'll
it's
play
like
a little
tennis.
more Kick the Condi, and after the break, we'll show you more from the 60s and 70s in vacuum cleaner history coming up right here at Fox 2 News in the morning. The Condi's stuck on the cable.
You know, there I was the other day just pondering the evolution of the vacuum cleaner.
So was I.
Wonder of all wonders.
Wondering how that happened. And I didn't quite get the full information. So let's go to Tim because I think he knows how it evolved this morning. He's in St. James, Missouri. Good morning, Tim.
Well, you know how James Dyson says, I invented the bagless vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
The Dyson
Uh-huh.
vacuum cleaner, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with the guy who went up to James and said, no, you didn't. You didn't
Nuh-uh.
invent it at all. Yeah, Tom Glasgow, you went and told him.
We actually said, I have invented the bagless vacuum cleaner, and here it is. And I said, well, haven't you ever seen the 1936 rainbow? And he said, what's a rainbow? And I said, it was the first vacuum cleaner that doesn't lose suction.
I used to
There
have
you
one
go.
of those.
I know, my mother owned one. See, what you did was you put water in the bucket, you'd vacuum your house, and you'd throw the water away. It was bagless, it never lost suction, and they invented it in 1936.
You can learn this kind of stuff at the Vacuum Cleaner Museum right here in St. James. Tons of wealth of
Absolutely.
knowledge. Now, do you know what this carpet's called right here? We're moving in the 70s.
Shag.
You know what this is
Shag.
called?
We used to-
No, it is not called shag. What's it called now?
It's called frisee. So if they ever
Frisee.
come to you and say, yes, sir, that's what you need is frisee carpet. It's the most expensive rug we've got. You can say, no.
And it was a nightmare for the vacuum
That was
industry until
horrible.
this thing came along.
Well, look how far down the base
Look
of
at
this carpet is. The
get down in
base of the carpet is where the sand and the grit gets.
Right.
So think about it. You have to be able to get those little bits of sand and grit all the way to the top of the carpet in order to get it out. Otherwise, it just cuts your carpet like a million knives when you walk across it.
Right.
That's why shag carpet looks so bad. So what they had to do, for example, this is a 1974 Bison, B-I-S-O-N, not
Yeah,
Dyson.
'cause it's a beast.
It's a beast.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they had to have 12-amp motors. So listen to this
Here it
thing
comes.
roar.
yeah! It's frowning at you. Look at that thing.
But in order to get the sand and the grit out of the carpet, it had to be able to have enough power to lift up the sand and the grit from the base of the rug.
This place is awesome. You got to come check it out. You could do an hour, 2 hours at this place. I'm telling you, it is amazing. It is the Vacuum Cleaner Museum. If you could pick Tom's brain, well, if you could learn half of what he knows about vacuum cleaners, you'd be a genius.
If you ask me a question that I can't answer, we may just give you a new vacuum cleaner.
Wow, you got it like that.
Ooh, the gauntlet's
Coming up,
in.
we're going to visit the assembly plant. Okay, guys? This is one of only 3 companies in America, only 3 American companies that make vacuum cleaners right here in the States. We're going to go upstairs and you'll see how they're made. Coming up right here, Fox 2 News in the morning. Come check it out, St. James, Missouri, Vacuum Cleaner Museum. We're also going to show you a very presidential vacuum cleaner. There's a tease.
Wow. I'm
thank
learning
you.
a lot. Thank you, guys.
Did you have shag growing up?
Yes, shag carpeting in the house. Yeah, and I do have frisee in my house.
Oh, do you
right
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
He's got you covered, that
I
guy.
know he does. All right, it's 7:50.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I take that as a compliment.
I know you
because
do.
I'm hanging out with a vacuum that really sucks, this one right here, and in a good way. Because this is the one that was on Air Force One, and you're talking about Charlie retiring. I think he could use a vacuum cleaner for retirement. Look at this one right here. We're at the Vacuum Cleaner Museum and Factory here in St. James, Missouri. Tom, our know-it-all about vacuum cleaners. Tom, why is this one so special, other than the fact that it was on Air Force One?
Well, of all the vacuum cleaners that have ever been made and all the machines you saw in the museum, this is the only vacuum cleaner that actually combines both styles, the upright and the canister vacuum cleaner, into one machine. See, here's the thing. We have two motors that operate doing two distinctly different jobs, but they operate together. Carpeting holds 8 times its own weight in dirt and still looks clean. So the important thing is to get the sand and the grit from the base to the carpet. Well, the only way that you can do that is to have a direct air motor right behind that rotating brush to withdraw the sand and the grit, but to have a separate motor to cooperate with it, to work in tandem to create suction for our hose. In fact, we call this model the tandem air because the two motors work together in harmony. And it's the only one that ever was made. We actually invented and designed this vacuum cleaner in-house, and it's the one that I, as a collector, am most proud of because it's the only one that exists.
And there's Charlie's just being boxed up right now. Look at that. Is that timing or what? We're in the factory portion, which is also part of the tour as well if you come here to St. James. And John is the president of Simplicity and Ricard. And why a museum? First of all, why would you have a museum like this?
Well, we think that being a student of the past, all the history of the vacuum cleaner helps us to design better vacuum cleaners for the future. We're real proud of our designs and our claim of being the best in the world.
And that's part of it. You mentioned it's a great tour for folks to come see. They'll learn so much, but you're able to learn from the past as well.
Absolutely. Plus, we also want to call attention to the fact that there are still companies that are making their products right here in America. Almost all the vacuums that are in the museum were manufactured in the U.S. It used to be that everything was made in the U.S. and today only about 7% of vacuums that are sold here are made in the U.S. So we're proud to be a part of that 7% and growing.
One of only 3 companies left that still make them here in the United States. You can see they're making them behind us right now. Look at that. It's part of the tour. They're assembling vacuum cleaners as we speak. Yes. Big hands up for that. Hey, if you'd like to come check out both the museum and the factory, well, you got to come to St. James. It's worth the ride, believe me. Lots to learn and see. There's the daily hours on your screen. Come check it out, guys. It is worth the trip. Lots of fun. I'm learning more about vacuums than I ever thought I would.
Road trip. Let's go, man. That's interesting.
Yeah. All right, Tim. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.